Hi folks, this is just a quick update. It's a couple of weeks after the operation now, and just wanted to sort of let people know how I was doing. So radical prostatectomy, so single port entry, so I've got a nice wound on my abdomen that's healing really well, but is super uncomfortable. I'm limited in terms of how much exercise that I can do, so I'm in sort of like 30 minutes with maybe a little bit more every day as the sort of the healing progresses. But doing that in sort of one stretch really sort of pushes things a little bit too much. So quite a lot of discomfort, minor amounts of pain, not too bad. Sleep was really bad for the last couple of weeks, largely to do with the catheter, which has now mercifully been removed by an excellent clinical nurse specialist. So on my sort of first outpatient trip, the catheter was removed, bladder was tested, all seems okay. So I'm now just dealing with the sort of the invariable sort of slight continence issues and things like that. It's a little bit embarrassing, but it's, you know, it is part and parcel of this sort of operation and the stuff that you have to go through. So that's okay. So I'm hoping that that's going to improve, but sleep is really affected. So basically the majority of the time at the moment, I'm just absolutely exhausted. Still trying to get little bits done as and when I need to in terms of work and things like that, and obviously sorting out these hooligans, which requires quite a lot of time and effort. So my wife's obviously been really helpful in doing a ton of stuff with the ducts, and I'm doing the little bits as and when I can. So generally speaking, the operation seems to have been about as successful as it could possibly have been. I got my histology appointment in a couple of weeks' time just to find out about the cancer in the prostate, and then I'm going to start on the inevitable kind of procession of blood tests over the next year or two, just to hopefully make sure that the cancer basically hasn't returned. So we'll have to wait and see. If it does, then that means sort of more treatment, which would be like radiotherapy, chemotherapy, things like that. So hopefully that's not going to be the case. And with, you know, with luck and with good judgment and good clinical skills for the surgical team, it might mean that everything is done and dusted, and then I'm clear. That's obviously what's hoped for, and that's what my fingers are crossed to achieve. So basically this has been a really good operation, super uncomfortable at many times, exhausting, painful, very uncomfortable, but not too bad, and certainly within tolerable limits. So everything more or less has been expected, has happened, and it's okay. So I'm just dealing with all the various different things with the support, friends and family, and all of you who have left such wonderful messages. So please don't ever underestimate how important all of that has been. It's been wonderful to know that this story has been listened to by loads of people, and I know that I've received messages from folks who have said that you know, men in their families or in their friendship circles have gone and got PSA tests as a result of watching this or being informed about this. So I'm so pleased that that might have made a difference, either giving people reassurance or help people find this early, because ultimately this is a very, very treatable cancer. This is what I'm finding out. 1 in 8 men will experience some prostate problems, possibly cancer in their lifetime. I'm one of those. So a little visitation from one of the ducks. So it's so important to keep an eye on things, keep an eye on the physical things, and obviously for many people that they don't really sort of like thinking about the physical body or can't really tolerate aspects about it, but please do get things checked as and when you possibly can, because any cancer that can be found early, can be treated successfully with minimal interventions, is an absolute win. And this experience has taught me to check and check and check and take the advantages of any things like that that become available, and do the best that possibly can be done to look after the body, because it's the only one you've got. All right, so thanks ever so much for listening to me warbling on. I've got to get back to the ducks now, so take great care.